Hello and welcome, and oh my god, my doggo cam is out of position. As you see, my room is an absolute mess with all of my luggage just sitting around. Nothing's put away. There's the doggo. She's being a happy girl. But I am back from Japan. Oh my god, I'm here. And as such, we actually finally get to look at the contact update. Finally! Like, it's very annoying for me when it was, okay. There's a group of content creators, of course, that they let us know what's happening so that we know what's coming before everyone else so that we can plan out content and such. And similarly, like this time, they had some actual like preview that we were allowed to do. And, people had their early access and they got to make their videos showcasing different blocks. I got offered that. Unfortunately, I was in Japan. And I was just like, oh, goddamn, I'm going to be in Japan for like the coolest update that is ever going to happen for space engineers. And then... yeah, ow, that was a hard landing. That's just what happened. So, yeah, we just gotta go with it. I'm a bit late. I'm like a week and a bit late, but now I'm here, and it's time to do the contact update. And so, I'm just gonna be. This is a survival world, so hopefully some stuff does spawn.
Hi, Sasha. How you doing, girl? Scratch the butt. Scratch the butt. All right, yeah.
Good dog. And hopefully some stuff does spawn. And in the meantime, we're going to go look at all the blocks. Clear off my bar. Oh, okay. This is the first thing. They reorganized this. Character tools, character weapons, consumables, emotes. I like this. I like that they've reorganized all this. Oh, they have a big thing that's just like non-armor. Automation, control. Ooh, I like very much. Good morning from Germany. Well, good morning. Okay, I gotta click on something. Oh my god. I gotta click on something on the monitor. Yeah. And go. Okay. Alright. So, I got to give myself some tools. Some elite things. Alright. And now I can go back into here. Character items. Oh, so nice. Just grab my good tools. What was that, girl? Freaking dog. Sasha! Why are you so silly? Why are you so silly? Go to your bed. Do I need to get you a chew? Okay, I'll get you a chew. 1 second. I must make sure the dog is happy. Because that's the most important thing. Happy dog. There we go. Happy dog. She got it. You. Oh. Camera focus on her. And there. Happy puppy. Alright. Back to the grind. How was Japan? Japan was amazing. It was really fun. I had lots of fun there. But I'm actually happy to be home. As at some point, it just gets a bit much, and I'm too far away from my puppy, and I do have some food sensitivities. Like I'm both gluten and lactose intolerant, And so it's a little hard to get food in another country when it's like that. Flush cockpit. This is new. Yeah, this is the newsletter thing, is it? Okay, it's just for small grid. But we can plop that down there. Ooh. I like. So we got small attachment ports on the back, on the side, on the front. And if I saw correctly, large attachment on the bottom. All right. And really good upwards visuals. Not good downwards, but good looking up. Excellent. All right. What else? I'm just gonna close this. Got something else running on a different monitor. Just close it for now. Oh, right. I have the list thing here. I gotta pull that up so I can actually tell what's new. There's the contact pack and the contact update image here. All right. So let's go through the free things. Cargo containers, the modular one. Ooh, I'm actually... This is exciting for me. This cargo container, man. This is good. This is a really good cargo container. We needed something that was like that in between a large and a medium. Because what if I throw on cargo here? Not. Obviously, for small grid, there's small. There is the medium and the large. And if we look at sizes, 125, 3,375, and 15,625. And this is a nice... Oh, it's... Oh, my God. See, that actually just hits home for me. Just this, like, OCD-ness of wanting a nice, clean number. A nice, clean 10,000. Oh, my God, that feels good. The frickin'... Why these, like, 3,375 when they could just be, like, 3,500? You know what I mean? It could just round that off. It can make it even. It can make it nice. But no. But these, 10K. Yes! OCD brain. Happy. Oh, so good. And plus, these things are just infinitely stackable and elongatable. You can just stack them in like that and, boom, you've got, 40K there. Easy peasy. Yeah, I'm totally using these in, like, every single one of my designs in the future. I mean, what do you need? You just need one more block on the side, and it's... how long is this compared to a medium? This is... What, like a... Yeah, 2 mediums long? And 1 block wider on each side? But that's the thing, is I'm already doing this for most of my designs, where if I put down a cargo container, I go and I intentionally space it a little bit before I put down my next block, so that I have a little bit of room in there for, like, batteries and stuff.
Low.
Oh, fuel low. Oh, I gotta spawn myself some bottles and shit. Bottle. Hydrogen bottles. There we go. And then... It's because I'm playing on survival, damn it. Not actually creative. Just sort of survival semi-creative. Let's set up a little thing here real quick. Wind turbine, why not? Ice. Nope, that's full now. Fill those up. Thank you. There we go. Now I got fuel. So, I'm already doing this with my ship design, where I'm spacing blocks a little bit, like spacing them out 1 or 2, so that way I can fit, like, a battery on the side between this block, like one block and the next block out. So, this being a slight bit wider is just going to fit right into my designs. No issues there. That's beautiful. We're going to get through all the Prototech stuff. We're going to look at that. The inset connector. Yeah, baby! We'll just look at connectors themselves. So we got our normal connectors. And then we have our glorious inset connectors. Which do have an additional side attachment. This is nice. Like, it's got the one on the bottom. Right, yeah? And it's got one on the side. That is similar to how the reactors are. In terms of side and bottom. So, that could be useful for doing a pass-through. Something would come up from the bottom, pass through this, and this could be its, like, way of connecting up through. Center this back on Doggo. There we go. Good girl. But also, this just is just so much cleaner. Like, if we take this and we just actually put it in the floor. Come on, thing. This thing, if I'm not mistaken, is sealed, right? And where this is not sealed. And so it just makes life that much easier in order to make a airtight exterior to your ship. Because you don't have to think about putting a full conveyor after this. It can just be a pipe or a tube or something. And that's going to be very useful. Very, very nice. Then, of course, this is also in small grid. Where we have the regular and the itty bitty bitty one. And the regular size one. Very nice. And I think Doggo's left, so I will turn off her cam. Oh. Oh, hello, game. Where'd the textures go? Game? Oh, I got an unidentified signal. 222 kilometers away. Sweet! Let's go take a look. We are going to leave a GPS point where I am. And zoom! There we go. Ooh, it's a station. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Doggo's woofing to go out. Right at the right at the cool time. About to look at the cool thing, and now Doggo's like, woof woof. My first stream back after like a month, and Sasha's already causing issues. Freaking expected. Silly dog. Ugh. Okay. Now, what else is around here? Whatever this is. This is some kind of encounter. Is there anything over on these asteroids? Ooh, yes, there is. Oh, if I remember correctly, there's something like, in order to shut down this, like the shield, you need to go to each of these encounters and disable them. So they've got like an enemy ship here that's ready to kick ass. Although, for some reason, it's damaged, but that's okay. Alright, I am going to move myself... Here, I'll go over to this trade station. Yeah. Because this is a nice trade station. Let's teleport myself up here. Let's first go see what they have for sale. If I can just buy a ship, that would be nice. Nope, they're... they buy scrap. Ooh. Cool. Alright. Wait, there's another... Is that a contract block or another sales block? Contracts. Okay. We'll spawn in a ship and we'll go try to do that encounter for funsies. So, who do I even have as like a good ship to spawn in? Most of my stuff is not very combat focused. It's all exploration and such. But I do have a lot of things I'm subscribed to. So let's go like cruiser. What kind of cruisers am I subscribed to? Oh, something from Pariah. Yeah, let's use one of his cruisers. They're always badass. Doop boop. I think this thing's got enough firepower. Ooh, and a regular unknown signal. Now, is that... That's coming up as like a green. What is this? Oh, that is just a button press one. Alright. Hey, got a cow. Where is the cockpit on this? Is a very good question. There's these seats, but they don't look like cockpits to me. There's the internal thruster bays. That's awesome. Pariah, where'd you put your cockpit? God damn it. Ah, okay, I'll just teleport myself inside. Pretty sure I'll be able to find it. Ah, yeah, there we go. Let's go fight this thing. And do my turrets have ammo? We do. Excellent. Oh, yeah, so zone substation. So my guess here... this one's the closest. Oh yeah, new threat detected. I am definitely a threat. I'm guessing we have to pound the shit out of the substations. Oh! Oh shit, I'm taking fire. Alright, moving in. Take him out! Substation's reporting damage. Woo. One substation down. There's so much combat going on. Oh, that one's inside the rock. Okay. I think I gotta go in and take care of it. There's also this assault drone up here. I'm trying to figure out how to lock onto him. There we go. Lock it on. Ooh. Sasha. Oh, looks like Doggy wants in. Because she always interrupts me at the right time. Alright, Doggy is in her bed. Doggo cam. Reactivate. Yep. Doggo. There we go. Oh, pounding that thing with missiles. Oh, I think it's dead. We're doing some good damage to these ships here. Man, shows you how much firepower these big events are gonna throw at you. Like this is intense. There's another zone substation over there, but let's go get the one inside the asteroid here. We'll get closer to it. I think I'm gonna try to hide behind the asteroid here to get a little reprieve. Because the unidentified signal, the big station, is pounding me a little, and I don't like it. Oh. Nope, I'm sliding through. This thing is so heavy. I can't stop. Alright, this thing can't stop. I'm just gonna throw it in. We just need to go in and attack. Take out the substation. Found it. My missile's not firing? There we go. Alright, one more out here, and then there's that asteroid one. We need to turn ourselves. God. And why, I don't know why I keep saying damage turned off. I don't know what's with that. We'll figure that out later. Oh, that's a high-profile escort over there. Ooh, okay. Take a look at that thing. Cool looking. Artillery on it. That's the one problem with this ship is it doesn't have any, like, artillery. It just has a bunch of missile launchers. So my range is quite limited. Okay. I think I have just this one over here. Just this last zone. And then we're done the substations. May need to abandon ship and go and take out manually here. Because I think it's inside. Alright, yeah, let's go check it out. There be holes. There be holes in my ship. Ah, how do I get out? That's a very good question. Ah, screw it. Just cut out. What? Instantly died. Oh god, I just want to see what this substation is like. I don't want to take the time to actually clear it properly. How do I get out of this goddamn thing? Ah, here we go. That's one way to do it. Ooh. So, how do you disable this substation? What is considered disabled on here?
Inventory full.
Action relay? You press a button for it or something? You take this out. Yeah.
Inventory full.
Substation is lost. Safe so power failed. Oh, good. That did work. How do I get back into this ship now is a really good question. There are holes all throughout this ship. My god. Oh, right, I'm upside down. Hey, okay, there we go. Let me cut my way in. Okay, I don't know where to get into this ship. There's Just slap a seat on it and go. Ah, it's not the main cockpit. Damn it. Yeah, I need to turn off that projector. I can maybe actually see where I'm going. Through here? That's the reactor. This is not a time to be lost in my own ship. Ah, there we go. Nah, we don't need to spawn a new ship. We got this. Oh, you stop shooting. It's a high-profile escort over there. It's because we don't have any super long-range weapons. We can't take them out. Okay, what we need to do... Oh, did I... Come on. I need to get rid of... Just need to open a hole at the outside. Okay, that's how I can get to my cockpit quick. We need artillery. Get rid of this gap. Put on some artillery. And then... where be some cargo that I can put some artillery shells into? Cargo? Ah, sure. Artillery shell. What? They can only shoot out to 800. Bet it. I'm just getting beat to shit by that thing. Where's my AI defensive? Track that target. There we go. Now my artillery are moving to it. Take it into the atmosphere, into the planetary gravity. Oh, I hit it! Is that thing going down? Oh, it might be. Oh, I think it's coming back up. Thankfully, we do have our turrets on it now. But our ship is pretty beat to shit. So we probably should get a new ship now. Ah, yeah. You're too beat to shit. And thank you for the fight, escort, but that is good enough. We'll just get rid of you. And let's go check out this unidentified signal properly. Now that all of its escort was destroyed. So, did I do a bit too much damage to this? I might have. There's the safe zone. What kind of loot is there here? Is there any functional blocks? There's a crate. What's in the crate? Some okay stuff. Storage shelves. I might have eviscerated all of the Prototech on here. Because I think it's all gone. I don't see any Prototech. Yep. I think it's all dead. Let's hack
Inventory
something.
full.
And then take a look. Yep, no Prototech on this thing. I might have destroyed it. Inventory on this thing, nothing really fancy. What about the different wrecks that were out there? Right? Aha! Like this stuff over here. What about you? You are smashed and destroyed. There's another piece floating over here. And you are smashed as well.
Inventory full.
Can I
Inventory full.
get access to this? Give me access. Hey, Sea-Dog just subscribed. Well, thank you. And where there's the one in the asteroid. Ah, here it is. This one didn't take as much damage. So maybe this one has something remaining. Right? Where's the entrance again? Ah, here we go.
Inventory full.
No Prototech there. No Prototech there, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I might have just blown the Prototech up, unfortunately. But that could just gives you a taste of like most of the good stuff was on the encounter at the top of the station. It's gone now. Yep. Unfortunately, I kind of blew it up. I kind of turned it into Swiss cheese here. But that gives you an idea of what a encounter like this, what they're we like. That was intense. Like, you normally need to have like all sorts of like MES spawners and stuff in order to have an experience like that. But now that's just vanilla. Super late game, you can just build up your giant fleet and you can go in and take on some of these encounters and hopefully do a better job than I did here and actually get some of the equipment. Where I just, you know, pounded the shit out of it. All right, that was a good little sidebar there. Notice the signal pop up, and we'll get rid of it. And get rid of there. And then we'll zip back to my planetary spot here and look at some more blocks. Zip. Daytime. Alright. Back here looking at blocks. We have Prototech stuff. And Prototech is in its own little cycle. Nice. So let's take a look. We have Proto Jump Drive. We also have Proto Jump Drive in small. We have Proto Drill. We don't have it in small. We have Proto Battery. We have that in small as well. Proto Gyro. Proto Gyro small. Proto Assembler. Ooh, that's looking cool. And no small assembler. Proto Refinery. Proto Refinery small. Which isn't that small comparatively. There's Proto Thrust. Proto Thrust small. There could have been something in there that disconnected. But that's okay. But basically, I just wanted to look at it and be like, wow, that's how that's how tough the events are. Like I went in there with a heavily armored large ship, way larger and more armored than I ever make, and it slugged it out, but it was basically a write-off at the end. And so that idea of like that's how tough the events are is insane to me. Like I'll have to really make some dedicated combat ships in order to get these blocks in the future. But I just want to look through the blocks now. Proto Jump. Distance, it's not fully charged. But from what I remember, the distance is 6,000. And there's also, as part of jump drives, there is a separate thing in the calculation. It's not just distance, but it's also how much weight you can take that distance. I can't remember what the exact numbers are, but I do know there is like if your grid is so much weight, a jump drive can go its full distance. But if you're a little bit heavier, it starts to cut into that full distance because it can't push that mass further. So the Prototech has a higher efficiency in that sense, where it can move more weight the full distance. So it's not just the fact that it can go 6,000, it's the fact that it can take a heavier ship a full distance jump. And then we combine that with, we got a Prototech small jump drive, who's, of course, is not charged, but is 500 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. 500 kilometers is a pretty good distance for a small grid. Theoretically, if you had a few of these on a small grid, you could jump from one planet to another. Because most planets are like 2,000 from one to another. Like from here to Mars, it's 2K, like 2,000 kilometers. But here to moon, it's about 100 and change. 100 kilometers and change? I want to check that. That's moon. No, this isn't moon. Who is this? That's one of the planets. Yeah, if you're from the orbit to orbit, jumping the moon, it's like 100-something kilometers. So I can jump rate for like making that little jump from like a planet to its moon sort of thing. Oh, so good. I've only got 60 hours in the game. It just failed at making an atmospheric miner. And you're telling me to make battleships? Damn, you're a space wizard. Kanajashi. Yeah, I don't tend to make battleships myself. I tend to make just more utility ships. I'm going to have to make a larger combat vessel to do some of these encounters. Yeah, for atmospheric miners, they can be challenging. The big thing about them is to overbuild your thrust. Like, if you think you have enough thrust, double it. And then you probably have enough. Giant-ass drill. This would be quite nice. It's got, like, that boring, like, tunnel-making, drill-looking thing. And I kind of feel like what I want to do is create a ship that is, like, perfectly in the same size as this, and just use it as, like, a tunnel boring thing that just flies into an asteroid and just eats straight through the asteroid. Battery. It's huge output, huge input, massive stored power. It's got a little bit better charge efficiency because it is just can make the power better. Same thing for the small battery. Like, this is smaller, right? It is. Totally, it's smaller. It's like half the size. It's a slim, form-fitting battery there. And I need more power on this base. Let me just slap down a reactor real quick. Unable to place. Who needs that wind turbine reactor? Uranium. Go. Excellent. So nice thin form factor. And then this battery, I need a control panel so I can access it. Store power is 2. Input, output, 90%. Sorry, like. So let's take a look at this one. And yeah, someone just subscribed. I missed that before it went away there. But thank you for subscribing. Maxed store power is only 1. So not only does this store twice as much, but it's half the form factor. So it's actually 4 times as dense in terms of power. Oof, very nice. Proto gyros, which are just like regular gyros, but way more powerful. So you just don't need as much gyro space. And also, compared to a normal gyro here, like this, half, more like a third of a size than a normal small grid battery. Well, no, it's half the size. Like, if I do another proto battery on this, those are the same size. block volume. But then these are like 4 times as powerful in terms of how much power they're storing in the same space. Because they're 3 wide. Oh shit, no, these are only 2 wide. Wait a second. Hold on just a moment. These are only 2 wide. 3 long, 2 wide. They are smaller than I thought. That's a battery size. Compared to this. That's the same size now. Oh my god, these things are good. Holy shit, man. These batteries are intense. They're really powerful. Alright. These gyroscopes are a bit bigger than normal gyros, but from my understanding, these gyros are way more powerful. Like, insanely more powerful. If we take a look at torque here, torque is 4.48 mn meganewtons. So 4.48 compared to so this is kilonewtons. So when the last one was meganewtons, 4.48. This is 0.448. So this is 10 times stronger in terms of torque. But it only occupies the space of 8 of them. No, 4 of them. Yeah. It occupies the space of 4... Yeah, no 8. My brain isn't... My brain needs to function properly. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the same block volume. So it's like 10 times stronger, occupies 8 times the space. Yeah, then as Takamiki is pointing out, is that they are connectable. I am still recovering from jet lag here. I had to take a nap in the middle of the day today because I was about to fall asleep again. Like, I am recovering. But yeah, you can slap these one of them in the middle of your ship, and then you won't have any connectivity problems like a normal gyro where it only connects on the one side. And then you hopefully won't have gyros rattling around inside your systems once you take a little bit of damage, which is always really annoying for me. Freaking rattling gyros. I need a better gyro in vanilla that isn't like that I can build normally. I need a gyro that's got frames around it. That's very nice. Assembler from my from my understanding, this is this is just for making Prototech. So you do not get any special any additional abilities to like build normal components with this. This is just Prototech. And this is how you change Prototech scrap into other Prototechs. And you can make your Prototech panels here with magnesium. And just some regular basic resources that you would always have anyway. But the rest of these resources, gold, silver, gold, plat, gold silicon, just normal resources. Gold, plat. Yeah, not bad. I mean, the resources aren't that high of a cost either. Just like a few pieces of gold each. That one's 12. That's kind of high. A little bit of plat. A little bit of silver. Yeah, not too bad. The big thing there is the frames.
Energy
Which
low.
you cannot grind up. You have to find. I foresee on servers Prototech components and scrap and frames becoming a currency. It's like in other games like say Rust, where you like trade scrap as like a currency, or you trade different components, or like there is like I've played Path of Exile in the past where different crafting components are treated as a currency. I think that is what's going to happen with your Prototech frames and Prototech components, because you could be like, hey, I've got a cargo load of this ore, like I went and got you a bunch of uranium or a bunch of platinum or something like that. I'm selling one medium cargo full of this or something like that for a Prototech frame, and people can buy and sell components based on whatever the price people make for them. A Prototech black market, essentially. I mean, because the real limiter will be Prototech frames. If you have frames that you can sell, you can sell them to people. Because every single thing, no matter what it is, needs a frame. Just one frame. So every Prototech frame you have is a new piece of Prototech equipment you can make. Alright. Prototech Refinery. I've seen these in the preview videos and stuff. How they are basically a refinery that has 4 yield and 4 speeds on them. Which is obviously impossible because you can only put 4 of something on there. You can't have 4 and 4. So this is a non-upgradable as far as I understand. There is no upgrade nodes onto this. So you can't change it, but you don't need to because it's already got essentially 8 modules on it. And it's just a normal refinery. It's just a better refinery. And it's looks great. This kind of Prototech refinery would be perfect for doing something like a low yield something like uranium, because uranium not only takes a long time, but you get only like 1 or 2% out of your uranium. So this with high yield and high speed is very good for that. It'll cost a good bit of power, but it's fine. How's the power consumption versus normal refinery upgraded and upgraded with modules? Let's find out. So a normal refinery, unupgraded, is 560. This thing is 1.12, so double. And if we go to modules and say we put 4 yields on it, the power requirement doesn't change. And if let's put 4 speeds on it, come on. Why can't I orient this properly? It goes up to 2.8. So, in order to get the same speed as this guy, 550 versus 530, so about the same speed, you do need more power. So this thing is more power efficient for the quality that it is providing. Very nice. We'll let that refine. But I just like the fact that there was going to be a small grid one. Okay, I want to look at the... what are our ports? Okay, we have a large on the back. Or the front, or whatever this is. One end of it. Then on the bottom, we have 2 smalls. Then a 1 block. And then a large. And then 2 smalls immediately after. Interesting port layout. It's a little weird for me. Nothing on the sides, nothing on the back, nothing on the top. But then this thing has basically slightly better refinery rates comparatively. But it's a refinery, a full refinery on small grid. I like this. I really, really like this. I want them to expand small grid some more. I think small grid is awesome, and I could go, and I kind of want to do it, and just do like small grid only runs. Because large grid is nice, but I think small grid is where the builds start look real cool. And you can make real cool ships out of it. And I could see this having like a... how do I describe it? Like a cargo trailer for something that is processing resources for you. Or you can have a small grid survival refinery ship that is refining materials for you. Is there a small grid assembler? No, unfortunately. All the assemblers are large grid, and I don't like that. The only thing that can be considered a assembler on small grid is the survival kit, because the survival kit is obviously capable of creating some components, but just some. It would be nice if they had a Prototech small grid assembler but I don't know if that would happen. But yeah, Takamiki, want a small grid basic assembler. Yes, I would love that. There's actually something I would love for all of these Prototechs. Is I want somebody to make a mod where they copy all of these Prototech blocks, paste them into the mod, set them up with new block IDs, and remove the need for Prototech components, but then replace those with very expensive vanilla components. So if we take a look at an assembler here, and not a Prototech one, but just a normal assembler. So let's do the industrial because it looks good. We have our most expensive components, which would be like gravities and like superconductors and reactor and, you know, thruster and that kind of stuff. Everything that takes like gold and platinum and such. Maybe even create a new component, which is like a Prototech thing. Yeah, reverse engineered Prototech mod. And what I would like, sort of like a reverse engineered or a makeshift Prototech, is you have the Prototech block. It would be less efficient than Prototech, full Prototech, but it would be more efficient than vanilla. But it would allow you access to small grid refineries, small grid, the benefit, like the nice gyros, the nice batteries, the jumps, without needing Prototech. And it would be like that intermittent, like that intermediate step. So where like a normal jump drive takes you 2,000, and the Prototech takes you 6, the intermediate would take you 3 or 4, sort of thing. And where the small grid takes you 500 kilometers, the small grid like makeshift jump would be 200 kilometers, something like that. So you could use all the functionalities blocks, but just like really late game expensive, but you don't actually have to fight in the Prototech stuff. And that way you could actually just like have builds that are really, really, really expensive, a lot of platinum, a lot of gold to build them, and but you could at least build as many as you wanted without having to get Prototech frames. I do like that idea as well, Jordan Walker. You find the Prototech first, but then you can reverse engineer to make it out of basic components. But you have to find it and unlock it, and then you can build as much as you want. Yeah. Prototech thruster. A lot of thrust. Giant ass block. I think this is now the biggest block in the game. But this thing has like insane thrust and can just, even though it's an ion thruster, it can even work in atmosphere because it's just so good. Oh, that's amazing. I think that is all of the free stuff. Oh, and wait. Modular cargo container. Oh, my cargo containers disappeared when I went away, didn't they? Because I went too far away from the platform. This thing is not free. This is actually part of the contact pack. I don't like that. This thing should be free. This should be part of the game. I do not like that the modular cargo container is not part of the base game and it's part of the contact pack. Like, DLC packs should be for entirely cosmetic items that you can't get the same kind of functionality elsewhere. Like, you can get the same functionality elsewhere. Like, there's like the square piston shit. Yeah. It's a piston, but it's square. Like, it's no functionally different than a piston. It works the same. But this is functionally different, I feel. Enough that this should be more, like, this should be vanilla. Part of the base update. That's the only block. Yeah, I know they've made a few things like that before. It just doesn't, I don't like it. I dislike it. Alright, let's take a look at some of the other, I'm going to extend this platform here. Let's take a look at some of the other paid blocks. Square piston. Very nice. I'm going to move the sun a little bit. There we go. We have the Type 2 turrets. I think these look alright. You don't turn off sun rotation in your test worlds? Well, I made this really quickly tonight, so I'll probably turn off sun rotation for my actual video that I make. I like the look of these turrets. I think they're nice. It still bothers me that turrets are 3x3x3. I think these are way too big. Like, this entire block volume does not need to be filled up by turret. Like, it just doesn't. It's too large. Does that galley turret have a smaller collision box than normal? No, I think they all have the same collision box. It's just the collision box is way too big. Like, why? Like, I can understand with something like artillery, right? It's got a pretty big collision box. But honestly, its collision box isn't that much bigger. This 3x3 by... Is it 3 tall as well? I think it is. Isn't that much bigger than its actual visuals. Like, realistically, this thing only really needs to be 3x3x2 tall. But this thing is tiny. Like, why the hell isn't the base at least 1x1x1? Oh, and Sasha's moved on. The Duggo camera off. She is now laying beside me. Like, especially this thing. Like, why the hell can't I bury this into the floor? Right? It doesn't feel like that bottom block should need clearance on all sides. I want to have just a tiny little turret sticking out of the ground. I want it to be like, when it's down there, it's like, I don't know if I can put it down there because there's no block to it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's sticking out of the ground, it's just sticking out just a bit. You know? Be like that. Like, why must the bottom block be completely free when the turret is all that really needs to be exposed? Still annoys me. Which is why custom turrets are awesome, because you can make them flush like that. I could stick a rotor in the floor here and then build a rotor turret, and it would only be the one block volume up here. Well. Yeah, a mod that redoes hitboxes. I don't know if it's updated. Yeah, that'll probably be a good thing to do. Get that mod on here. But that's also gonna completely change when you have the update in the future for Space Engineers 2 eventually, because they showed off that like 25 centimeter grid. That's gonna be freaking amazing, man. No longer will we have these large block volumes. Everything will be a nice small block volume. It'll be beautiful. I think the only thing I don't like about this GAT here, though, is I don't really like the barrel design. Like, I like the design in the sense that, you know, it's obviously got the two arms on the side where it's rotating on, and this upper bit has, like, the targeting systems and such. Kind of like phalanx looking. Does the triple barrel even work? No, it's just for visuals. It still just shoots from one spot. I feel this would have been better if it didn't have this triple barrel thing, and it was just the regular old Gatling barrel sticking out of there. Like, I think the barrel on the gun looks better on the regular GAT. I mean, it's a bit comically large, but, like, for what it's supposed to be, which is just like a gun. Like, it looks like the caliber compared to like the size of your engineer. It looks like a giant autocannon. But if this was more like, just take a regular GAT, right? Regular small grid GAT or something like that, and it had one of those on there, I think that would look cool. Anyway, yeah, they're fine. It's new guns. Who can complain? New guns. I'm still looking for a autocannon turret on large grid. Why is this not on large grid? Just do this, but make it an autocannon version, please. That's all. Alright, what else? What else we got? Antenna! Parabolic antenna. This thing looks awesome. I like it. Like, one of the first things I'm immediately going to do here is go to... Oh, I keep freaking putting things on my bar that replace my welder. Rotors. Slap down a rotor, and then we're going to put a parabolic antenna on it. And then we're going to slap this thing into high speed. Yeah, it's an antenna, a completely functional antenna. But it just looks good. And I'm totally gonna put the antenna like that on one of my ships, because that just looks like an antenna you would have in the real world. Spinning radar dish. I love it. Moving on. We got the square thing. Oh, the other thing I wanted to look at was the set, move to, and that kind of stuff for pistons and shit. Right? I'm going to take out a button panel here. What I can do is go to this piston. And I can go set velocity, set and move. So let's go set and move. So we're going to make a distance, let's say 5 meters, and velocity 2. And so when I press this, it's going to go to 5 meters at 2 velocity. Stop. And we check that. We're currently at 5. And then I can do that again. I can go set and move. Let's set 0 at 5. And so I can retract it really quickly. Press this button and it'll go back to that same spot. This is going to be so goddamn useful. Oh my god, that's going to be so useful. No longer, I feel, we'll have to do silly things like when we're trying to make contraptions that, say, fold into each other. Like, if you remember back in the day where does it allow you to set torque? No, it's just distance and speed, it seems. I mean, it's set torque beforehand. Remember that retractable solar tower I made in like season 2, 3, whatever it was, that like came out and unfurled and furled back up and went back into its thing? I had to do that with a whole bunch of timer sequences and very specific speeds on stuff, and it was like really complicated to do, and it had to go very slowly. Where if I had a system like this, I can go to a very specific distance which is where I needed to be, very quickly, and then when I reach that distance, I could have like an action controller. God, what are they? What the hell was the name of those things? The event controllers. I got an event controller pick up that has reached that distance and then trigger the next state. And so you could have something go, okay, I'm going to quickly get to the state, which I've cleared this object, and then it would realize you've done that, and it would quickly activate the next state. Ah, that's going to be so good. And to be able to do stuff like a sensor will trigger, like I'm walking up to this, and it goes like, oh, hey, let me just put a button panel on this thing, right? Instant fucking elevator. Set and move, distance 0, velocity 2. Let's go set and move, distance 5, velocity 2, and set and move, distance 10, velocity 2. And then you just go and you put blocks here. And you now have an elevator. That fucking simple. Boom. Elevator made. Each elevator, like each floor here, you put in a single button that calls the elevator, like, set and move, distance 10, velocity 2. So if this thing gets sent down, I can just call it back up. What? Which, set and move, distance 10, velocity 2. Get on, move it down, get off. Boom. Instant elevator. One piston. All you need, 3-story elevator. So good! Like, there's no fussing around with this. It's so easy to make now. Like, I should instantly put elevators in all my builds now because it's just so easy to just slap in a single piston somewhere, and all you have to do is just put a goddamn button panel in it. That's it. With remote command signals, vehicle elevators, you don't have to exit the vehicles or go through menus to activate. Yeah, totally. You just have like a... Like, you're thinking like on an aircraft carrier, for example, they have the elevator to lower the aircraft into the deck, right? You go in, you land at your spot, and then when you have an action relay, you send an action relay to the elevator saying, please descend, and the elevator will go, sure, and it'll take you down to an appropriate height, and you don't have to worry about the elevator just being like before. You could have basically a 2-story elevator, one that would just be like fully extended and fully reversed, right? But now you could have multiple different settings. And you could do this with multiple elevators too. Because you could set these up on like a timer, right? You can have a timer related for each floor that was like, this is the timer for floor 0, like, or floor 1, or however you want to start counting. And it sets all of the pistons related in the elevator to the appropriate distance. And then your button calls the timer. And you could have multiple pistons in this elevator, and you could have it so that they all retract or all expand at the right speed and distance and such. So you could have like a 10-story elevator with just pistons and no programmable blocks. And everything's just on a button press. But even just this, you have a 3-story elevator with a single piston. Like, that by itself is going to be really nice, because you don't really have that many levels for a ship, right? Like, realistically, a combat ship or something, are you going to have more than 3 levels in it that you want at least your people to be able to access? Like, I can see like a command deck and like a utility deck and like a living deck, and then there might be more layers, but maybe there's through staircases and such, in terms of like how big a ship will be. I think this is just going to be like super duper easy elevators wherever you need them. And then you can do the same thing with like rotors and pistons, where you can set them to go to specific orientations. So I have this like let's go like advanced rotor, and I can put a an arrow on it to sort of give a sense of its orientation. And if I get a button panel out again, I can go advanced rotor. We can set upper limits, set lower limits, set velocities, rotate to angle. So we can say like 90 degrees at 30. Set rotation direction. You can even set it to always be clockwise. Oh, that's so good. 90 auto. Boom, 90. Instant. This would make like really easy doors, where you could be like, press a button, the doors go to a certain angle, always going a certain like clockwise, and then you press another button and they always go counterclock back to the previous angle. And you don't need to put like limits on the top or bottom of them. Turntable, yeah, that'd be a great one. You're on the thing, you've driven your rover onto it, and then you have an action relay in your rover, and you have this thing, and you just press a button, and the thing will turn you around. Or it'll turn you to different directions. Like, which Split C series he had a turntable in his base, because he had a really long rovers, and he had a turntable underground, and he'd drive in, and then he'd turn the thing to the various docking ports that he had, like parking spots. Then he'd back his rover into them. Exactly this. Yeah, it's old survival series with the goose, yeah. This would make life so much easier for that. You just, boom, instantly. Or like when I had my Mastodon, and I had the elevator in the back. The door in the back that would go down, like hinge down and then extend out. It'd be so much easier with these. God, that one tiny little bit makes life so much easier. It's going to be very nice to figure those out. All the little bits. There's a whole bunch of little cosmetic things like first aid cabinet and captain's desk and media player and stuff like that for small grid. I mean, they'd be useful, but honestly, I don't really care. Like, in terms of how they change the game, it's not really relevant. They're cosmetics. It's all good. Oh, look, it's a sink. Like, builders that, like, make things look good, and also people who do, like, scenarios are going to love these things, because they can use them to flesh out an area. No functionality to them. There's the captain's desk, which I don't even think you can control things from. Oh yeah, it's not a control panel, it's just a desk. Need to be able to turn table, vehicle, elevator. Totally. I'm down for that. Do hinges do the set thing too also? Yes, they do. All three of our physical manipulator blocks, the rotor, the piston, and the hinge, all do the set too. We have gates. Gates, gates, gates. I love gates. The frostbite gate here, I love. I use it in a lot of designs. So you have the small gate wide. So the frostbite gate gives you essentially like 2 3/4 blocks left and right. I think it's just enough that you can sneak a small grid rover through it. The small gate is 2 blocks wide, a little bit narrower, because you need the whole thing is 1 block narrower, but it is only 1 block tall. But I like this. I like small. I like gates. I think they look way better than doors. And then you have the small gate tall, which is even narrower, with basically like a block and 3/4 being its width. But it goes vertical. That looks cool. Yeah, totally use this in some of my designs. And if you look, what essentially that tall gate is it is like part of this thing. You know? It's like they took this thing and put it on its side and cut it in half a little bit. It's not as big as this whole thing, but it's the same kind of feeling. Good. I like it. Wish they give us bigger gates, hangar doors. Ah, I can see that. Like this one is like 3x2. You could give us like a 3x3 maybe, or like a 4x2. Yeah, 2x2, like yeah, totally. 2x2 missile hatches. Just do this and this, and you've got a 2x2 missile. So you can fire stuff out of there. I mean, just a smaller square docking port too, if you need it. More space. You know how Splitsy's doing his wrong way out? Wrong way up? No. I think it's wrong way out right now. I think they might do something with the set 2 and rotate to angle and stuff like that. Rotate angle, let's say 135. Let's just go 0. And be able to do like this to change their steering and stuff. Because they've got the rules that they can't use any control seats on their large grids. You could totally set up a steering thing where you change the angle a small amount. Oh, okay. I don't know if it can do this. But the only thing that I could say which would make this better, instead of setting an angle, allow me to do this. I don't know if this will work. Set an angle. Not going to 10 degrees, but every time I hit that, increase the angle by 10 degrees. You know what I mean? That would be amazing if I could do that. Because I don't think that's an option here. I mean, you can increase the limits and things. But I mean, like, when you have, like, rotate to angle, be able to put in, instead of just a flat number here, whatever it would be, go like plus 15. or like minus 25. And it would go from the current angle, it would minus that or plus that, and then rotate to that angle. So that way you could have like something that is like, every time you press the button, it inches forward, or does like the piston inches forward, or the rotor twists a certain amount every time you press the button. I think that would probably be like the last bit of functionality I could see from this. Because otherwise we've got our ability to rotate very quick and precise. Just allow me to make small increments. That'd be nice. We've got truss. Hey, this is something I actually complained about when the trusses first came out. And they fixed it. It makes me very happy. When I came out, I was like, truss pillars are like this, and there's pillar offsets. And then there was like this is new, pillar corner. And there was this block, and I was like, yeah, there's this block, but it doesn't fit on this one. And there was no, like, you can see truss pillar, like, slanted. This is the new one, too. This is new. So that wasn't there before. There was the pillar T, the pillar X, the truss light, the truss decoy. That was all there, but there wasn't, like, you couldn't do this corner onto something that was non-offset, right? And there was no corner block. So I was like, where the hell are these things? And they fixed it. They added them. So now you can transition from center pillar to offset pillar. And you can do a turn. And go, yeah, that's offset to offset. Nice. Upgrade. Something I complained about. Now it's fixed. Made part of the more truss mod official. Yeah. They honestly should do that for a lot of things. They just go into the workshop, go like, how cool. 100,000 people have downloaded this mod. Let's just make it official. Because it seems like people want that particular thing. Bay windows. There's a few more bay windows. I'm not sure which ones are new. This I remember. This I remember. Corner inverted. Not sure if that's new or not. Which ones are new? Dome's not new. End's not new. These like cornery ones? Because it shows 4 of them. But there's supposedly a bunch of them. But they also have these in small grid too. So that's why it's saying like a bunch of blocks. Corner and diagonals are new. Yeah, very good. I like. Because I think they had the interior corner, but they didn't have the exterior corner. Uh-huh. Because then this makes it a little bit easier to do stuff like build like a if you had how do I want to show this? Like if you had like a block, it was like you're making a walkway, and this was like a raised walkway thing, and you're gonna have it do a corner. Now you can have that thing snake around. Oh, I thought we had diagonals. I don't know. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at my previous video. There is the bridge set. Modular bridge set. Oh, 1 second. Taking a break. Petting the dog.
Oh, hi, girl.
Good, Sasha.
Oh, it's a good dog.
All right, there we go. Dog has been petted. Oh, wait. She's a good girl. There we go. Now she's gone. Bridge? No, we already had this. These are just the bridge blocks. Where's the modular bridge set? Bridge helm? Is it part of this? There it is. These are the bridge blocks. Okay, these are the new ones. Bridge floorless. Bridge with a floor. And then we got like a ton of different corners, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. For every little bit of armor possibility. Every different armor slope. Oh, that is actually kind of nice. And like a flat side to it as well. Nice. So that way, no matter what your choice is for armor shaping, if I grab all my armor blocks here, like if I have this kind of shaping, it'll match up to there, or I can do like my blocks down like this, and I can make it fit my bridge. Kind of hard to view downwards from first person. Understandable. Good upwards view, though. I could see these things on, like, a rover being pretty good. Could also be for, like, different, like a combat deck sort of thing. Where maybe you're not particularly looking down from there. Like maybe you want to have like a docking bridge that's like underneath your ship so you can see your connector and such. But I mean, this is nicely sloped. This is really nicely sloped because this is a 1x2 slope. And oh, Doggo's back in position so she can get back on the camera. Doggo.
Hi, girl.
Good girl. Good girl. And you can have some sort of other cockpit or bridge down below. Like an industrial cockpit underneath for when you need to look down and dock sort of thing. But I do like these things because you also got your buttons in there. You got it minus a floor if you want to put something else below you. But you also got it with a floor if you need that. So you can floor the entire area as well with panels, right? If you need to. Panels or catwalks or whatever. Can you place the floorless bridge with a front pointed downwards, another on top pointing upwards? Let's give that a try here. As soon as I change the time. Floorless bridge. Like this? Front part on the ground. Oh, you mean like this? I mean, you can place them like this. I'm not understanding what you're saying. I'm sorry. I mean, flip the top upside down. What? I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I do not know what you're saying, but there's another encounter! Let's go! Let's go take a look at this one and not blow it up so I can see what kind of resource it is it has for me. Ooh, big boy! Couple escorts. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. Let's spectate that. And take a peek at what this thing has for me. We will use all terminals. And we will teleport our ass over here. FCTM missile? What's a missile? Oh, this is a scary little thing. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Oh, nice! I love it! I love it! High profile transport ship. Dale, I'll look at that in just a moment. I'll try to figure out what you guys are asking for the floors and such for that windows, but I'm just going to look at this thing first. Okay, so what does this thing have? It has a Prototech. Why is this smoking so much? Like, what is being damaged here? The jump drive is damaged? Why is the jump drive damaged? Why is the inset light damaged? They start damaged by default. Oh. That doesn't seem right. It seems like they should be at full health. How are we good for this? Hey! You're not supposed to run away from me. How do I get on you? How do I get on your ship? I do not see any doors. Ah, there we go. Intruder detected. Abandoned ship AI. Oh, okay. Cargo gate. It opens up this thing. Oh. Prototech circuitry. Prototech propulsion. Prototech cooling. And do we have any Prototech? We have 2 gyroscopes and a thruster. Ooh. Oh, there's a small grid jump drive here. Dude, this would be amazing salvage if you could find it. Is there any weapons on this thing? There's 3 interiors. There's a bunch of artillery and assault and GATs and 3 interiors. Where are the interiors is a really good question. Did I just glitch out? Where the hell am I? I just glitch outside of the ship? I just glitched outside of the ship. Alright. Cool. There's one interior. Wait a second. Where are the rest of these interiors? Man, okay, so I would have loved to have found this in the actual world here. There's another interior. Okay. Are these interiors all outside the ship? Because that would make this ship real easy to take over. Once you're inside, you're done.
Full.
You have it. You're in. Interior show on HUD. Interior turret. Ooh, this thing's flying around. Interior turret on the top. Turret turret on the bottom. Okay, and this one's in the combat bay. Oh, back here. Oh, near the reactor. Nice. So it looks like this ship has a few components. And it's got this Prototech jump drive for a small grid. That's a nice... that is a very nice little encounter. And this thing's just going crazy, unable to control itself. And even as is, this ship is like really large. And this is a nice ship. Like if you even without the Prototech, this is an awesome ship to capture. Like, this would be an amazing ship to use as a like transport vessel or like refinery vessel for sort of thing. Maybe not combat, because I don't think this is like, is this heavy armor? No, this is all like light armor and stuff and like components. But this would be an amazing ship to capture, just to be your base ship thing. And then what are the bad guys? We have a couple barrages here, eh? Which just fire a whole bunch of missiles at you as this thing is tumbling around out of control. I love it. I love it. It's just tumbling around. Yeah, when it comes to taking out these ships, you're going to have to go in there, and you're probably going to just have to focus on just stripping off the weaponry on the ship. Set all of your turrets to only fire at other weapons. And then go in and manually capture these ships. Because you're going to have to treat them as loot. The ship itself. You can't blow up the ship, because you'll probably blow up some of the important components of it. So you'll just have to go in manually and disable its power systems to shut it down so that you can capture it. And then the, what do these guys have? Did they have any loot? Nope, you just have your weaponry. So this is just a combat encounter. I don't even think these guys have any, like, they have a little bit of an interior. but I don't think they have any stuff in them. Dead engineer, nothing on them. Any Prototech? Nope. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, this is so cool. I cannot wait to actually do some of these events in a playthrough. So that is also something that I'm going to be doing relatively soon, probably starting in a couple weeks or so, is I want to start a new series that is going to be me basically doing Vanilla Plus, as in vanilla with only a few very specific quality of life mods. Nothing huge, nothing game-changing. And then I'll just do a vanilla playthrough, but trying to do as much of the new encounters as possible. And try to get as much Prototech. And the goal will be to have like an entire fleet of Prototech stuff. And that'll be the mark for the end of that series. So that will be probably starting in a couple weeks. Ah, that's cool. The missiles look very, very scary. How they fly. They probably just fly straight into you. You probably have to have a lot of Gatlings in order to defend against those. But let's go back to our platform here and look at some more of the blocks. Because we're getting close to the end of what I wanted to do today. And then I will do my actual spotlight video of talking about the update. Oh, probably first thing next week. Because I have an event this weekend, even though I just got back from Japan. And then I'm actually back to normal. I'll just call him Dave have subscribed. Okay. So there was a thing here. People are talking about the floorless thing. Have the floorless bridge windows touch window ends, having the steel parts being the top, bottom, ceiling, floor is what he's asking. Okay. We want to touch windows. Talking like putting a window up like this? We just put a couple blocks here. Like window touch sort of thing. Like you can make a pretty big window with that. I don't know what exactly you're asking. But yeah. Window! Notice anything different about the new gate blocks compared to the original gates? I mean, not really. They're just gates, as far as I can tell. Doors are offset. Oh, like how there's... It's not in the middle here. It's off to this one side. Yeah. This one's in the middle. Very true. Floodlights. Floodlights. Can I get a light? Ah, there we go. Rotate through all the lights here. Floodlight. Floodlight down. Floodlight down and angled. Floodlights down and angled the other way. Nice. Ah, these will be quite nice. If I make it dark. And we clean these up a little bit. You can put up a little bit of a tower, and then you could, on top of the tower, have a group of downwards angled floodlights, if you wanted. Have a little light tower. That works great. Let's take a look at their options. I'll set them to my beige color, as I like that the most. Just slightly yellow. Radius. Standard. Intensity. Alright. Their offset. Get your blink. Blink offset. Standard. Yeah, then there's small grid versions. Let's do that with landing gear. So we got floodlight, angled, corner left, corner right, straight down, diagonal. Throw this all with a bat. Yeah, I don't need more than that for now. Yeah. These are nice little lights. I can see myself using these for a lot of my my ships. Because there'll be spots where, like, what is a ship that I have that I can put these on immediately? Like, it's not going to fly here in Atmo. Where is my... Like, I have my Spectre and stuff. Right? Because this is an ion ship. Came down a little hard. But, like, instead of these inset lights and things, I could totally see myself having lights on the front. Or, like, right here. This little spot right here. I could totally see myself having either corner left or angled down or angled forward there, or diagonal there. Like, or even diagonal there, and then just normal angled here to get lights covering this whole space. Like, if I'm in my ship, the entire right side and the entire left side, if I had mirrored that, and then in the center I could have, you know, lights that are like forward lights and lights that are angled up and angled down. I could see this looking very good, and I'm using this on a lot of ships to make sure that there is a plethora of light whenever I need to, like, travel my way through a dark asteroid. I like it. I like it a lot. Very good. That's essentially it. There's just the small cosmetic items like the kitchen set and the captain's seat and the bunk and things like that that I don't really care about. Of course, when I actually do the video about them, I will talk about them. Okay, I have a easy 360 ring of floodlights for a ground light. Yeah, like if you could, let me just do that on here real quick. bring this over like this, and then you can do like a connector and have a connector on the ship. Whether that be an inset or just a normal connector, doesn't really matter. And then you have like your armor blocks that would be around that connector. Do like that. Then off of that, you can easily just do like flood angled like this, angled off in every direction. So that way you can see where you're coming down at quite nicely. No small grid toilet. You don't need a toilet. Small grid, just you've got the you've got the kitchen plug. Just go in the sink. You know? I mean, that's a drain. Just go in the sink. Oh. Oh, that's disgusting. Frickin' fridge. Makes the coffee taste funny. That's why you don't drink coffee like me. Who needs coffee anyway? Yeah. These actually have like internal storage, which is pretty awesome. Like this would be great. Yeah, the first aid thing, which is first aid cabinet. Right there. These will be great for scenario writers and scenario constructors, because you could have these little blocks that have a tiny amount of storage in them, and you can put stuff in this. Like I can pop this open and I can go like, where's that, like a med kit, and I can be in here like, oh yeah, there's a couple med kits in your first aid cabinet. And so like you can have a scenario where there's like a crashed ship and you crash, you've only got like 2 health left, and that's where you start the scenario. You have to go and oh, there's the med kit. Let's get the med kits out of there, and you grab them and you use the med kits. Like that'd be kind of cool. Also, there's a little bit of block space in there, I think. If you had the grabby hands, maybe, like the mod that allows you to carry blocks and stuff, I was wondering if you could put something in there. Like, here, let me try spawning something. Like let's go like a data pad. Can I spawn that inside? The blocks, it's not wanting to put in that block space. I wonder if it would fit. Let me try doing this. Let's grab one of those and put it vertically real quick and open it. Let's try to drop. Oh, whoa! Where the what is this fridge microwave doing? Where is it going? It is rotating. That's what it is doing. Come on. Oh, it doesn't go in. Damn it. So he's going to fall through the door, right? Ah, damn it. I wanted to be able to put a data thing in the oven. Ah. Oh well, that's not gonna work.
Inventory full.
Ah, too bad. So this opening and closing is just purely
Fuel
cosmetics.
low.
Not actually any use to it at
Fuel
all.
critical.
Yeah, I know fuels are critical. Come on. Damn thing. Just dump these. Give me my full bottles. Thank you. I had the bunks. Bunk beds. Small grids. You can put them anywhere you want. And just go like bid. Bid. Like that. And you can sleep in them. Oh, your view is sideways out of them. Interesting. Is it always that same sideways? So I do this and be looking towards the block. It is! Interesting. Huh. Bids. But I think that is essentially all the features of the update. I like it. Engineer takes off their backpack laying in the bunk. They do. Cool. Oh yeah, and you're on your side, so you can only look in that one direction. Nice. Yeah, you like the bridge blocks? I think they look good too. I could definitely see myself using these, especially like not only on a ship, but I think these would look very good on a rover or a base. They have really good angling too, so I think they'd be nice on like some sort of bunker-looking thing because they look like they could bounce shells quite easily. And you could armor them up in the front quite nicely, I think. My favorite thing about this is the set and go, whatever this is called, for pistons and rotors and hinges. This is going to be revolutionary, I think, in how you can build stuff. Because you're going to be able to have things go to very specific distances and such that will allow you to create more complex interactions that will be more reliable rather than just hoping on the timing of something along with the like, oh, I'm just going to hit reverse on this and hope that everything's going to work fine. And then, obviously, collecting Prototech is going to be fun. Yeah, 6th floor elevator with just one piston? Well, I mean, theoretically, yes. Because you have the in-between floors that I'm having here, but I have like actual blocks for those floors. I think the in total you'll be able to build 3-story elevators really, really, really simply. And then if you want more than that, you're going to have to build differently. Alternatively, you could have like have stops on both sides. Yeah, like you could have a stop there and a stop there and such. You know what I mean? So, you have the in-between stops, yeah. Taken to not using the armor block between floors in certain builds. Yeah, if you've gotten good on that, and you're just using panels and things to your floors. I can definitely see how you can make a 6th floor elevator. I hope to God there's a Space Engineers 2. There will be. I can pretty much guarantee you there's going to be a Space Engineers 2. There's no possible way that they are spending all of this time and money making V-Rage 3 and then not making Space Engineers 2. It just is not economically possible or feasible for them. Like, they have to. They need to recoup their costs. They have to make a Space Engineers 2. The other thing I think they're going to do is once they make Space Engineers 2 and they have their system and it works really well and they have like volumetric water and volumetric like aerodynamics and stuff for the entire planet, I think they're going to try to do the route of Epic Games and try to like how they like license the Unreal Engine. They want to make their engine something that people will license, and then Keen just gets a cut of their game. V-Rage 3 is such a huge departure from the current system. No, they can't release it as Space Engineers 1 update. It would be an entirely new game. But it would be Space Engineers 2. But I do believe thoroughly that their ultimate goal will be a licensing type system that will give them the ability to go like, hey, you want to make a cool like exploration building game? Buy our engine and give us a percentage of your game's profits. I think that's how they'll do it in the future. What was that jump? I don't know. I'm just jumping around. Yeah. I mean, that's how I would do it if I was spending, like, years. Like, you have to think. How many years are they going to make V-Rage 3? How many engineers do they have on the project? And then each engineer, when you look at salary and, like, licenses and tech, like computers and power and rent and all that kind of stuff, each engineer, you're spending more than $100,000 a year on them. And you have, like, I don't know. What is Keen? Like 50 people? Something like that? Hell if I know. But, you know, how many years are you spending? How many millions are you soaking into it? You have to sell something to make that cost up. Yeah, no way to port SE1 to VH3. I completely agree. And then there will be a new release with SE2. Eventually, yes. I predict a couple years, 2 to 3 years from now, we'll have SE2. Yeah, more than 70 people are working in VR3. So if you take like a rough guess of like 100,000 per person per year, when you look at salaries and all costs, you know, that's $7 million a year that they're spending. Am I doing the math right? Yeah, I think it was $7 million a year. So they have to recuperate that somehow. But I think that's going to be it for now. We streamed for about 2.5 hours. We looked at all the blocks. We looked at some of the interactions, the new piston and rotor and hinge controls. Yeah, they can bring the stuff that's in SE1 into SE2. It's just they can't change SE1 to SE2 because the engine's completely different. But they can definitely, like, port over some items and stuff. They're definitely not starting at zero. They're getting a leg up. Definitely. But that's gonna be it for now. It is getting late here, and I have all sorts of weird freaking sleep patterns now because of the jet lag. And I like to try to get onto a normal sleep schedule again. So I'm going to force myself to go to bed here. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.